49ers continue to struggle in the fourth quarter. Is this a thing? I tell you what, Mike, you ready?
You B.A.M right.
'49er faithful, it's your boys, WayneBreezie, Mike Andrews. We are here, B.A.M show, talking about the 49ers. They took an L. They took another L. Back-to-back L's for the 49ers. Mike, are you concerned just off the top of the dome about the 49ers losing back-to-back games? Just curious, man, like what's your concern level at about this time?
I am. The Niners, it's one thing if we were like struggling and fighting and clawing to get into a game, right? It's about how you lose a game to me. Like if we were struggling and we were fighting back and we ended up losing like this, like let's say they had 27 and we had 7 and we made it look competitive, that's different. Like we were in control of this game for 80% of this game. 80% of this game. It's the matter in which they lose, and then you look at the talent that we lost to. A bunch of backups and all that. Yeah, these back-to-back games, these really do bother me. We're not going against the opposing team's best roster that they could put forward. Both of these games, we have not played their top-tier rosters. We played who we were up against, but they all been missing pieces, big pieces. Like we talking about these corners and the cornerback competition and all that stuff, and which one should we bring back? Is it Mooney or is it Lenore and all that? But the truth of the matter is, neither one of them have played either one of those teams' number one wide receiver yet. Neither one.
Well, the Vikings game, they played Justin Jefferson, best receiver in the game. So they
for the
played
first half.
It don't either way they played him. They played the best.
He smoked us in the first half.
He smoked us on one play. So yeah.
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 And then we didn't get either Puka or Cooper.
Yeah.
And we
just one. It's just one play. See, these are one play. We talk about one plays.
We lost by 3 points. One play is a big difference in a game like that.
My point is not like it's a smoke on one play. So like it's an explosive play. I do this every week, Mike. I go through the film and look at where they give up explosive plays. That's a thing. People think it's not a thing. People think I'm wasting my time and my talk and my energy when I do these on the Patreon. People don't want to participate. They don't want to do that. I get it, but it's really a thing. And now you're starting to see that the Niners defense they're giving up explosive plays. You talked about at the beginning of the show the timing, right? The timing. It's the timing of the explosive play. You give them an explosive play earlier in the game, you possibly have an opportunity to bounce back, recover from it, right? That explosive play, we talk about that 50-yard bomb down the field to Tutu Atwell, where he just burnt the living toast daylights out of Charvarius Ward. That's an explosive play that the Niners didn't give up all game, bro. And then it just happened in the fourth quarter. So let's talk about the fourth quarter on today's episode. Kyle can't figure out a way to get this game in the wrap. And I just want to show that we were up by 10 points. We had to kick a field goal because we got to the red zone and we tried to punch it in with the run, and their goal line defense kept us out of the end zone. We had to settle for a field goal. That's something that we need to talk about. Like, you're up by 7. You get to like literally the 4 or 5 yard line, 3 yard line, and you can't punch it in, and you got to settle for 3. In a game on the road where 3 points is not going to win you a game unless you took control of the game early. If you would have took care of business early, it'd be a different conversation. You can go conservative.
Yeah.
The fuck? What?
We should have put him to bed. You let a was this about a lying dog or a sleeping dog? There's some old school expression.
I don't know that one.
Where it is, but
you got me.
Something about like not getting close to a lying dog or something like that.
Lying as far as like laying down dog, or
yeah, they say lying. Yeah, laying. Yeah, but okay. I forget the expression. Some country bumpkin stuff that I keep. But anyway, they let the dog hang around too long. Good teams put teams away.
Okay, and I call it stop playing with your food. I call it don't play with your food. That's my expression. Same thing though. I gotta learn that line, laying down. I gotta learn that one. But you're
I'm gonna see
right.
if I can find it. But
Well, I
yeah,
wanted you to continue on that. Good teams put teams to bed. I need you to elaborate on that. Does that mean the 49ers aren't a good team?
yes. Right now they're not. Right now the 49ers are not a good team. Right now the Niners are 1-2, and we are what the record says we are. We are not good in the NFC. We are not good in the division. Outsiders, we got them. Right? Everyone's saying, "Oh, that's okay. There's no way they're gonna lose 3 in a row. They're gonna come back this next game." This next game is an AFC opponent. I don't even care about winning this game. It's cool for record purposes. Total numbers, great. But right now in the NFC, we are a joke. We are a joke in the NFC right now. And so we got to do something. Right now, this team is not good. And it's not the players. That's the thing, right? Like it's not the offensive players. The offensive players aren't really letting us down.
Ah, come on, bro. It's part execution on their part, offensively, defensively, special teams ability. There are certain players that are letting us down. Like, let's just keep it a buck. Like, so it comes down to play. And all right, so for you saying nah, but for me, it comes down to
What
players
offensive players let you down?
in this particular game.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we could go. I mean, you can start with the Ronnie Bell. Like, he's got to make those
Let's
catches.
start there.
Let's
Let's
start there. He's
Whose
got.
decision was it to put him in there?
At the end of the day, players got to execute, Mike.
See? And this
No,
is
there's
why I
no,
say it's
there's
not the
no,
players.
there's no C. It's Kyle Shanahan's decision. My bad. I should have answered your question. It's Kyle Shanahan's decision. He put Ronnie Bell in there. That's on Kyle. But Ronnie Bell, when you get the opportunity, you gotta execute. So at the end of the
Sure.
day, it's both.
When has he ever been a clutch guy down the stretch for the 49ers?
He's
Ever.
never been a clutch guy. Why was that play to Ronnie Bell? You mean to tell me nobody else could get open? So nobody else was open on that play that I remember, I believe, Brock Purdy scrambling on.
Mm.
And Ronnie Bell, that was the best. That might have been the best route we've seen a wide receiver run for the San Francisco 49ers.
He did it.
Ball was slightly underthrown. Now, I don't know why he jumped. To me, that's what messed it up. No, I'm serious, Mike. I don't know if you go outside, you play catch. When you see the ball come into your hand, it's usually secure. When you jump, your vision changes. The perception.
Well, not only that, if a ball's coming to your chest and you're going to catch it like this,
yeah.
when you jump, you got to do this now.
Right, because you got to change the way.
Because now
you're closer to. Yeah, I'm not saying. Listen. I'm not giving. This ain't no excuse show. I'm not saying he didn't mess up, but he didn't execute that play. So yeah, you could place the blame whoever you want. In my opinion, he was wide open. He split the double coverage. He ran the route to where he stopped. I don't know if he was expecting the ball to go to where he was. You know what I'm saying? Like thrown differently, but it was in the air, like it was floating. So he went up to go grab it, and that ain't him. That ain't never been him though. But he's got to catch that ball.
Yes, I agree with the lack of execution on his part, 100%. But what I'm saying is, there's a veteran on this team that has played in clutch moments. A veteran on this team that has had big moments in fourth quarters of playoff games for us. And Conley, he was out there. He could have ran that route. It was a good route, like you said, but it wasn't the most intricate route. It ain't like he had to do triple moves or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, he did do a double. He did a double move.
Yeah, he did a double. I said
he
triple.
He did it out. I mean, Cats ain't doing triple moves. Now on the 49ers.
I know.
Right.
That's why I said it wasn't the most intricate route. That's what I was saying. He could hit him with the little double move. Like it. My point is that Conley could have ran that route.
The reason why I said that is because we talk about wide receivers not being able to get open. So it don't matter if it's a double move, quadruple move. The issue is wide receivers can't get open. The fact that he was able to get open on that was dope because we don't see it. We don't see the separation. We don't see them finding it unless it's zone and they find a hole in the zone, which Deebo Samuel has been the best zone wide receiver for this team so far this year. He's finding the holes in the zone. He's sitting in the zone. The balls are thrown where they need to be, but there ain't no Deebo. So I don't. My issue is, yes, I'm with you on the whole coaching situation coming down to the fourth quarter. But why? My question is, why is he giving that responsibility to make that play? Because now it's him against the world now. Nobody is on Ronnie Bell's gonna be on Ronnie Bell's side but the team. And they have to be. right? They have to be to us, right? They have to be. Like Brock Purdy has to say, I gotta throw a better ball.
Better ball. Yeah.
He has to say that, which we saw it. It should have been better, but it was good. It was good enough to be caught. And then you had that coach Kyle Shanahan come out and say, yeah, he's got to catch that pass, but then he kind of shifted it on everybody got to catch that pass, right? Everybody's got to catch the pass.
Yes.
But then why you throw your hands in the air? If you're gonna say that, why act like you all fed up when he didn't catch the pass?
Right.
I'm asking, bro. Like this is cute. This to me. I'm so lost for words about this team right now, but I do believe it gets better. It has to because you get guys back. So the only thing I can think of is you're gonna get your guys back.
You know what I saw, man? I saw this tweet today, and I was trying to find out if I like this tweet or I hate it, and there's no in between. I can't decide how I feel about this tweet.
Let me see if I can help you out,
the person
bro.
that posted it. Shout out to it basically said Kyle Shanahan in his 7 to 8 years here has only had a winning record through 4 games twice his whole tenure. Oh, I'm sorry, through 8 games. My bad. Through 8 games played, he's only had a winning record twice his whole time here. The year we started 8-0, and then one year we were like 5-3 or something like that. But it was a lot of 4-4s.
That was last year.
It was a lot of 3-4. Yeah. So what?
Remember last year? Last year we went 5-0. And we lost 3 straight.
Yeah. So I like they were trying to say like chill out, the sky's not falling and all that shit. But like I like it, right? Boom. I love the tweet because it's logic. We always start slow. We always lose games. We know we're not supposed to lose. You and I, when we were doing our picks, we were like, Wayne, we got to find the games that we're going to lose that we're not.
Well, I had us losing this game, if I'm not mistaken. I felt like I had us losing this game.
I thought it was the Cardinals one.
I thought I had us losing the Cardinals one too. I said we lose 2 to the division.
Yeah. So it's like, and to be honest, during the week, you and I discussed this potentially being a trap game. We talked about like.
I don't think it's a trap game though. But you're right.
McVay prepares the depth of his roster better than
because he has no choice though.
Look what happened.
He has no choice.
Maybe.
He has no choice.
Yeah,
he has no choice.
But we went to depth. We went to depth when we didn't have to go that far down. We went to wide receiver 6 when wide receivers 3 and 4 were sitting right there.
You keep saying wide receiver 6. He's your wide receiver 6. He's not Kyle Shanahan's wide receiver 6.
He should be.
But he's not. That's the problem.
And yes, it is the problem. Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's the problem.
The problem is that it's Kyle's problem. That's what I said.
At the end of the day,
disappointed with the players.
At the end of the day, like it's Kyle. It's like everything to me's got to be on Kyle, from the special teams to the defense to whatever. Why? Because it's his job to make sure those players are in the right position to make the right plays. But he can't make these players execute, bro. Like at the end of the day, like that ain't Kyle. Kyle can't be like, all right, man. Initiate catching ability, turn on, you catch the ball. Like Ronnie Bell's got to make a name for himself opposed to making a negative name for himself. I'm just saying.
He definitely made a name for himself. He made a name for himself this game. But the expression, I want to tell you this because it's so cool. Let sleeping dogs lie. That's what the expression is.
Got you.
Meaning, don't disturb that animal. Because it might cost.
It might bite you. It might bite the shit out. It might bite you. Like it might.
We let this team hang around and get momentum off of a missed field goal.
Bro, I wouldn't be surprised if this the only game the Rams win all season, bro. You know why? Because it wasn't. It was. Remember, I said that this is bigger than Rams and 49ers. This is Sean McVay versus Kyle Shanahan.
Yes, this is the same conversation that we was having when I said he prepares the depth better. It's the same thing, yes.
So at the end of the day, Sean McVay was better. Why? He had his team prepared, right? So Kyle did come out and say, well, in practice and camp, Bell looks great out there. Okay, that's what you see. Cool beans. We don't see it. We not there. Can't argue against it. But in the game situation, he's not executing. So he was in the right spot. He ran the right route. He made the right move. He just didn't execute. You know what my issue is? It's not even about Ronnie Bell. Should Ronnie Bell be cut? Absolutely. He should be cut. There should be no more Ronnie Bell experiment. He's worse than I don't know if he's worse than Danny Gray. Danny Gray couldn't get open unless he was running past somebody down the field.
Ronnie Bell got at least 3 touchdowns on his jacket. He's not worse than Danny Gray.
Yeah, that was last year, like Brock said. That you can't tell me that wasn't a shot.
Oh snap!
But
I haven't seen a player interview, so I don't know. I did hear him say that he needs to throw a better ball, though.
Yeah, he said, last year stuff doesn't matter. Like they got to figure it out this year. He wasn't talking about his players. I'm saying that was last year, though.
And that's why I said maybe this tweet pisses me off because this year we have expectations. And that's why I think I might hate that tweet also, right? We notoriously start slow, except for 2 years. Cool, I hear you, la-di-da-di-da. Flip side is we have expectations this year. So I hate that tweet. It's like we should have beat this team. We should have beat Minnesota.
100%. But the good news is we lost these games without our guys. So technically, we're not full throttle neither. Now, should we have beat them? Yes. So the bright side is you're going to get Christian McCaffrey back. The bright side is you're going to have Debo back. The bright side is you're going to get George Kittle back. And when you have those guys, Kyle's offense is different, and we never see the depth. Like, you never see it. And so, like, that's moving forward when it gets tough. You got to remember, we're not the only team that's faced with dumb stuff going on. And
it's a lot of injuries right now in the league.
you took the words right out of my mouth, Mike.
No, this league, I get so locked in on the 49ers. Like, when I get out of that world, like, listening to the news this morning for the NFL, I was like, yo, what happened to him? That guy too? Like, it's big people going down all over the league right now.
It's crazy, bro. It's legit. Nuts. But the good news is the Niners don't have big injuries, and they're getting players back within the next couple of weeks. So week four is
the players with chronic injury histories, though. Think about the three of them.
If you want to be pessimistic and look at it in that way, that's perfectly fine. You're right. I'm not going to argue against you. Our players continue to find ways to get hurt for sure. But
these players, particular players,
right. They find ways to get hurt. I mean, Christian McCaffrey had a great season last year. Probably played through injuries, probably overdid it, and now he's dealing with the issue he's dealing with. Debo Samuel chronically gets injured. George Kittle, whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters is they're coming back. So if they get hurt again, they get hurt again. Oh, well. This is what was interesting about this whole thing. 49ers were up 50 points. 50-0. Went up by 4. 49ers were 50-0. Sorry.
Our record. Yeah.
Went up by 14-plus points in the second half under Kyle Shanahan. Rams had 101 straight losses down by 14 in the second half. The Niners were up 21-7 with 3 minutes and 56 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Yo, who put this together? Why did they get that picture with Sean sunning him like that? Wait a minute.
That's and that's the picture of my thumbnail too. That's crazy.
Don't touch me on my head, bro. Don't rub the top of my head. And I'm taller than you.
That's disrespectful.
Are you kidding me?
Bro. That's straight up
disrespectful. He reached up and sunned him like that.
Yeah, straight up disrespectful.
Listen, Tiger.
Mike, I gotta go, but what do we got to do to find a way to not get into this predicament again moving forward? What do the 49ers have to do?
We got to get out of our own way. We have to stop outsmarting ourselves. The Niners are a good team. We saw that without the Debo, without the CMC, without Kittle, right? Like, there's weapons here. There's a good running game here. The offensive line didn't have to be perfect, and it was far from perfect. Brock Purdy was delivering dimes all day yesterday. He was delivering. He was scrambling. He was making moves, right? I mean, we didn't even need perfection from Brandon Ayuk. Offensively, we didn't need it. He got a couple PI calls. Cool. Got a couple receptions. Jennings goes off like somebody pissed in his Cheerios. And then on the flip side, the defense was solid for the parts he was supposed to be solid at. Just we have like mental brain aneurysms or something. I don't know what's going on. We just gotta like just lock in, focus, and just do what we need to do. Like be more sound. I do want to see some changes on defense. I want to see some changes in special teams. I think that's really what it is, bro. I think Niner players are starting to see that the coaches don't care about certain things and it's starting to permeate into the locker room.
It's possible.
I really think that. I really sincerely believe that. This is not me trying to come up with a hot take. What can you tell me why Juwan Jennings wouldn't want to speak at the podium after having the game of his career?
To make it not about him, you know, that would have been me. If I was Juwan Jennings in his situation, I would have kindly declined, and just not spoke, because I know the questions would have came. Hey, you had the game of your career, but your team lost. Like, how do you feel about your career game being negated by I wouldn't have wanted to answer any of those questions. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the way I look at it, Juwan Jennings, if this is why he did it, it would have been like, hey man, this ain't about me. This is about what we gotta do to get a dub. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if that's why he did it, that I salute that personally. That's just my take on it, though, because that's how I know I would have been. I could have went rush for 200 yards, had 5 touchdowns, and we lost by 3 points. None of it would have mattered. I'm mad we lost the game. Now I could be mad because you didn't get me the ball to win the game, but as a team, I would play a team role in that situation. And they interviewed who they wanted to interview. But the media knew what they were doing. They were gonna go target him after a good game and try to get him to slip up and say some shit. Like, the media is smart. I'm glad he declined it, actually.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that ain't nothing permeating in that locker room. I just want to put that out
now,
there.
What would you like to see improve on this team?
It's a good question, Mike.
We should do like a wish list of 3 things that we want to see improve.
I would like to see Kyle Shanahan stick to the goddamn game plan of running the ball. Like, I miss that. I miss taking the life and the soul of another team because they can't stop the run. Did they stop the run on goal line? For sure, man. It's predictable. I would also, speaking of predictable, I would like to see some different types of play calls. Like, I would like to see some tricks. I would like to see something that everybody is not used to seeing. Kyle does that, but for some reason, he not doing it yet. You know,
right.
If they know Jordan Mason's gonna get the ball. If you know, Mike, the play that bothered me the most, because I gotta go. The play that bothered me the most was the 3rd and 8, and we passed on 3rd and 8 to try to get the first down. And Brock ended up rushing, and Jake Moody had to try and attempt a 55-yard field goal. I don't know if you remember that, but that's exactly what happened. On 3rd and 8, if I'm looking at the defense and I don't see 8 motherfuckers in the box, I mean, they're playing pass. It's just common sense. I counted. It wasn't 8. It was 4. Everybody would drop back. Everybody was in coverage. They were covering on 3rd and 8. Why? Because it's 3rd and mother freaking long. So on 3rd and long, why
would you
not run it? Just
Where's
run
the
that
check?
shit.
Was it an empty set? Was there a running back on the field?
I
don't know. I'm not even trying to.
I can't remember. I don't remember. But if there wasn't a running back on the field, I can't remember. But you could still rotate. If Juwan Jennings was on the field, put him at the Z, put him in the running back. If he was playing Debo's role, why doesn't he motion? If Kyle Juszczyk was on the field, why doesn't he motion back there? Show that you're going to at least not settle for a pass on 3rd and 8. Brock dropped back. Nobody was open. Dude avoided 5 sacks and got 3 yards. My thing is, Jordan Mason could have got 3 yards.
On a quick handoff. Yeah.
On a halfback draw, Mike. You do that. It's potentially a first down because it's Jordan Mason, or it's a 52-yard field goal, not a 55-yard field goal. And I don't care about his range or whatever. My thing is, make the game make the right calls. Like that was a bad call. I thought the play calling was good. Kyle, my 3rd change, Kyle to get a little bit more gritty and a little less finesse. I'll leave on that note.
Okay. We live all the time, kicking it with the fam, bro. It's Breezy. I'm Mike, and this is the B.A.M Show.